We're going to be talking about true love today. What it is. True love is when you accept the other person as they are. The person should make you happy, feel good, and you would do anything for that person. Most people are just after sex, or they have lust. So, in the world, these relationships are not based on true love. Hey, Lindsay, how are you doing? Is it morning over there? Thank you. Yeah, I just woke up. We're gonna see how long this live goes because I have to do some stuff, and we're gonna see how that goes. Yeah, I hope you get some binaural beats. Is it morning where you're at? So, again, people are after lust, they're lusting, so they're not finding true love. Even if they have a baby, even if they've been in a relationship for a long time, in fact, most people ruin their life because they're trying to hold a relationship together for the wrong reasons. And then people go with this, most people stay with this relationship for a long time. So somebody's with a girl that basically cheated on him, and they got together anyway for because he was lusting. This girl almost cheated on him, and he found out about it, and he got really mad. But they already had kids, and he knows he's really mad about it. It got him in a chokehold, and he should leave. He knows he should leave because of the way he feels about it. So he feels very bad about this relationship. He's mad at the person that she almost cheated on him with. Or did minorly. And he's mad at the person that she did it with, and he's also angry at her. Well, he should be angry at her if anything. Now, so he feels very bad about it and has all these negative feelings about it. And he wants to leave her, but he's still lusting, and then he makes up excuses not to leave her. And he'll make up any excuse in the world. One of them will be that they have kids. We have kids. I want to stay together. Think of how crazy that sounds. You want to stay together in a relationship that you got upset about or angry because she almost cheated on you, or she basically did. You're not willing to forgive her because you say it but you're not acting it, which is understandable. But you're saying that you're staying in the relationship because you have kids, but that's not what you want. And then you're truly miserable. That's not true love. And then they keep fighting. The relationship was never the same. Yet he keeps trying to work it out. But if all you do is fight, you're not the same. And you're holding on to the past. And then they keep trying to make it out the rest of their life. More so his. And she doesn't treat him right. So this is not true love. And this concept of trying to make it work out, but you don't, it's already not working out. And you feel this. and then you just make 1,001 excuses to make the relationship work. So this is an example of not true love. And then it ruins your life. How many people do we know that are in a relationship and it's really bad? Really bad. They shouldn't even be in it. And some of these people have been in there for years. So do you, and then it just ruins their life. True love is when you give each other what you need and want. So if someone wants a lot of sex, then it's given. It's happily given. It's not forcibly, and regrettably, remorsely given. It's wanted to and happily done. If anyone has any questions, post them below. God bless everyone. When you're in a relationship, you should feel very happy, both of you. Just happy to be in the relationship. You should be so happy when you are in a relationship that everyone knows you're in a relationship and you're happy. That's how happy and exuberant you should be. Mostly everyone takes their relationship for granted. And that's sad to see. People don't know what they have. If anyone has any questions, post them down below. So if the relationship is not giving you what you want, and you don't feel good in it, or about what's going on, then you should leave it. If you don't feel positive, happy about what's going on, then the relationship isn't working out. And things are going to continue to feel negative and not work out. And no one wants to live a life of misery. Yet so many people do. The misery that you have in your life is because of you. And it can be changed because of you. That's the best part. If you're really in love and you're in a good relationship, you would be jumping up and down with joy. I don't care who you are. The relationship would feel so good if you're really, truly in love. You'd feel so good. But how many people do we see like that? True love is one of the best things to find in this world. It's also the most rarest. So people settle for something less. And again, most people are just after sex. Sex is very minimal when it comes to actual love. If you're in true love, yeah, you can have sex for sure. A lot of it. Do as you may. But for most people, their core of the relationship is sex. They're hanging on to it from stemming from sex. You don't even really get along with the person. You're not compatible. And true love is the best thing in the world. But you can't force it. you would make each other completely feel the best. The person should be supporting you. They should be interested in what you're doing. And they should always make you feel good. Most people are afraid to leave the relationship if it's not working out, if it's bad. And if they don't leave right away, they think miraculously that it's going to get better unless the other person goes through some developmental change. That's not going to happen. You want the other person to change. Were you going to force them to change? You think they're going to become exactly how you want them to be out of the blue? They already are who they are. If they are going to change, they're going to do it on their own. They're already in the process. Most people don't even want to change. Because how many people are stuck in their ways? If anyone has any questions, post them down below. God bless everyone. The universe is inside of you. It's also on the outside. But it's also on the inside. True love, you always feel good about the relationship. Other than helping people, there's nothing better than true love. And true love isn't fighting all the time. Do you think God fights with you? He has better things to do. Thank you, Joshy. I appreciate that. When you're in a loving, true love relationship, the person does what you want and they enjoy it. They truly do. You get along, build each other up. There's no arguing. People think they have to argue in relationships. You've just never been in a relationship where you don't have to argue. If there's fighting in your relationship, then it's not going to work out. Can you tell this? It's very easy to tell. And the fighting is going to continue. Yeah, that's exactly right, Joshy. Our selfish needs, and mainly it's lust. There's nothing wrong with having sex, but it's the fact that we're lusting and it's addictive, and then we keep chasing it and chasing it like a hamster on a loop. To love God and those around us like Christ did. People get in relationships, and even if they're a good relationship, usually, even the ones I do see, it's only about him and her. Oh, I got to do this for my family. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then it gets to a point where it's just exclusively about them. They cut the whole world off. And that's the problem. So that becomes, like you said, a selfish need. And most people in the world are just doing their selfish needs. Now, there may be times where you have to do a couple things. That's going to be the nature of what's going on in the world. But there should be a point in your life where it's okay. I don't need to do stuff for myself anymore. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is the hardest thing to come to. People want to fill, refill, fulfill all their selfish desires over and over and over again. It basically never ends. Yeah, that's great. To make others feel loved and appreciated. We, in return, once we give love and feel others, love is not just sex. It's far from just sex. Love does not equal sex at all. We just describe it that way. But if we give love to our surroundings, not just people that we're supposed to give love to, aka our family and friends, but if we give love to the world, animals, the soil, and most importantly, God, and we value love, or we value people, both, then the world gives that back to us. The world makes us feel appreciated. Hello, critic. Nice to see you here. Thanks for being here. That T reminds me of Tesla. Your little picture. Lust is a high. Yeah, it's just like hormone driven. Yeah. And the more you feed into it, so if you masturbate, then it's gonna be a feedback loop. Once you stop masturbation for even a couple months, you don't even think about doing it anymore. It literally doesn't even come across your mind. Yeah, yeah, the more room for God, Josie, Joshi, the less for sin. And you're valuably right. Thanks for saying that. Lust is the strongest thing to overcome in the long term grand scheme of things. And there's nothing wrong with having sex. It's when you make your whole life about it. Can you deny yourself sex? Even though, let's just say you're about to have it. Can you deny it? Same as a drug. And somebody that does drugs wants them. But they can't always get them. So they get denied. But can you forcibly deny that lust? This is how we become stronger. We give ourselves power instead of giving it to the material world. Euphoria. I love that name. That'd be a crazy name for a woman. If I have a daughter, I'm naming her Euphoria. I have to write that down, critic. I think love is sacrifices and forgiveness. You're always going to make sacrifices in the relationship. definitely forgiveness. I don't know if you're talking about in a relationship, but you should have them qualities before you get into the relationship. And if you don't, then ultimately the relationship is going to teach you that. That will become the lesson. I love that name, the critic. Thanks for being here. Sex is a gift from God, but it has to be sacred. Yeah, yeah. You can have unlimited amounts of sex, but can you get the most hottest girl to you, and can you deny that to that woman who's really faithfully about to give it to you? That is true power. Can you have a wife that you love, that you claim you do, and be in a room with very beautiful women all trying to seduce you? Can you reject them in the name of God? How strong is your love? Great topic today. People think love for someone else is the best thing in the world. Loving just one person is selfish. Selfish, like an actual shellfish. Loving the world, including everybody, is an act of God, an act of Jesus. Doesn't mean you need to have sex with everybody. That's, sex is not equivalent to love. Yeah. But the problem is, people think, oh, loving this person is the greatest feeling in the world. But the greatest love that you can feel is from God. God always comes first. Whether we feel that or we know that intellectually or acknowledge it. We're about 43 minutes in here. God bless everyone. I think in a relation, I should change my name to that instead of critic. Yeah. Why did you make your name the critic? You want to give people your opinions. You want to lay it on them. I would love for you to change your name to that. Yeah, have Jesus the head of the family. Yeah. True power, self control is given by God. Yeah. That's a quality of God, and we become like him, or we merge with his energy, power, when we get those self control. Hey, Matt the Visionary. The birds, there was one chirping a little bit ago. It kind of looked like it rained, so I'm not exactly sure. But no birds for some reason. No owl. Yeah, people can't handle the truth. Yeah, that's what we were talking in the beginning. People hold on to relationships for years, and then eventually, even though they've been sick of it, they'll get out of that relationship. If the relationship doesn't feel right, and you argue, it's never gonna feel right, and it's not feeling right to tell you to leave. That's the whole reason for the feeling. But people choose to ignore it. Most people. And it sucks to stay in the relationship that's not working. But it also sucks that you have to leave the person. I'm not going to say it doesn't suck. God speaks through the heart. All our feelings, how we truly feel, not your emotional feelings, but how we actually feel in the heart, that is our genuine feeling. If someone makes you mad, that's not true love. If someone doesn't support your dream, not true love. Yeah, I like that tree a lot. Most people fear change. Hey, mysterious. Yeah, it's not as foggy. It sometimes gets really foggy. You can't even see. It definitely looks cloudy, and the ground does look wet. It definitely rained though. I can see on the roof. That's why I chose critical. If you change your name, I would love that. What's going on, Lego? racking up the mods. I appreciate you guys for being here. I like that word, and I'm always gonna remember it for sure. If it's your name. People want the relationship to be true love, but you're not gonna get true love if you were lusting. If it was built off of lust, and there's nothing wrong to have sex, but to think your relationship's gonna last forever, are you kidding me? And you argue, and the whole reason you got into your relationship was because of sex. You can have sex with anybody. Anybody. But you think that it's true love now? Because you were horny? Most people, yeah, I'm saying this, and it sounds right, but most people don't friggin', they're not even aware. People like a normal person, it's like, oh, I'm horny. Well, I gotta have sex. I'm gonna talk to this girl online. It's easy. I mean, it's easy anyway. But then I had sex. Now it's true love. She had sex with me. Two mods in one space. Yeah. I was really tired. I might be sleeping a little too much. I have to go to the store, get some eggs. I haven't really had eggs. I think I'm gonna get some raw milk. I have raw cream. I have butter I made from the cream. Yeah. I drank a lot of cream yesterday, and it was oh so delicious. I have a bunch of stuff I need to do today. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a lot of stuff. Sex is the easy part. Yeah, yeah. As long as a person doesn't have trauma or just scared of that. But sex, yeah, it is the easy part. Really, the true love doesn't even start, it doesn't come from the other person. When you truly love yourself, then what the other person does or how they act has minimal effect on you. You don't retaliate by their actions. Once you find yourself, feel good about yourself, none of that other stuff matters. So once people are insecure in the relationship, this is a big thing. But that's because they're insecure in themselves, may not show it, may not know it. If you're the other person, if they want to leave, they're going to leave. If they want to be with another person, they're going to go with another person. You can't what are you going to do? Force if you force them to stay with you, and let's say they want to be with another guy, whatever, vice versa. You can't force somebody to do that. And how would you do that? Chain them to your basement? You would literally have to physically chain them. How would you do that? Someone that wants to be with someone else. How would you change that? And people, again, try to change someone else. That's not going to happen. Only when the person wants to change. That's why we change the way we react. And the best is not reacting at all. Not letting nothing bother you. Do I save the buttermilk? Yeah, I did critic, and I actually got buttermilk from it, but it was my least favorite dairy drink that I've ever drank. But I still drank it. Yeah, I waited like 3 days or 2 days to finish it off because I got like a decent amount from it. Yeah, but it was like my least favorite buttermilk. It had just like this sharp, stingy like taste. Hey Andreas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to not just Andreas, to everybody. I want everybody to have a Merry Christmas. To have the best year coming up of your life. I hope we put God first 2025, and we find him. Let him guide us. Yeah, it's everyone's coming in when I was about to end this. Where were you guys? It's fine. I was about to end this because I was tired as hell at the beginning. once you truly get to know yourself, everything changes. Yeah, it's the biggest change in your life. You stop identifying with who you think you need, who you are, who you think you need to be. Most importantly, you stop criticizing the critic inside of you. Oh, I didn't do this enough. I should have done this. You can learn and change how you do stuff and proceed in the future, but don't let that be a burden. People are always trying to compare themselves. There's nothing to compare to. The other night, my friend made a song, or he showed me a couple songs he made, and he was showing me another guy who made a song that he really liked. But they're completely different songs. Type of vibes, instrumentation, different type of people. So, and he was saying like, "Oh, I want to make songs better than this." But the songs he showed me don't even compare to that song. They can't. One was more so like a rock pop song anyway that he had. And in my honest opinion, it was better. Maybe he wanted to make a song like that he heard, but there's no comparing. When we stop judging ourselves, then we're free. This is enlightenment. I'm free. I'm effing free. And we all desire this. Anytime we do anything, we want to get in to the flow state. It's the best state, best feeling. So any desire is to be free. May not look like that. Do you think a true artist, and I hate to refer to these ones because we should have temporary and new artists that are living. Do you think Picasso and Van Gogh, do you think they painted pictures because they had to? Do you think they did it for money? No, they did it because it put them in that flow state. The artist curse. I am my worst own critic. Yeah, like Matt the visionary said, everybody is. But what we can do when our mind gets analytical is, and don't get me wrong, some people are not going to be able to do this, but just say F it. It's not even being a critic of our own self, it's just ending the thought. Because the mind, it's going to process, it never stops. It's working, it won't stop till you die. And so it's going to keep going. Your heart beats every day for everybody, but you don't pay attention to your heart. You don't pay attention to your breath. That was an exaggeration. I'll do one more. You're not paying attention to your liver working. Oh, but you're so concentrated on what your mind is doing. Yeah, that's a nice pun. Money moves. Yeah, as if it's just like floating in the wind. Hey, Zena. Nice to see you here. Those are beautiful emojis. Nice, Andreas. You're building up the cardio. Yeah, we. Nikolai says we can't change anybody. 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 Learn that after narcissistic abuse. Well, if we don't get the lesson, then we have a lesson to learn. That's why we're here on Earth. More importantly, if we don't get a lesson, such a relationship that just keeps banging heads, arguing, fighting, hate, God is going to make the lesson harsher. Like, like we're pressing on a juicer. He's going to squeeze it out of you. This is God at work. He's going to squeeze it out of you. You might not be aware at first. So to an extent you're going to suffer till you learn the lesson. It may just be a flick in the face, a tap on the, a slap on the face, hit on the wrist. But eventually he's going to start pounding down on you. You don't even know. If you don't get the lesson, you have to get the lesson. But obviously most people aren't aware. But we can't, I know this. I don't even give advice to people. Unless it's just really tongue in cheek. Because I used to give people advice all my life. Because they would tell me their problems, and I would just, think or whatever I felt and give them a solution. But they always used it against me. Always. Backfires. And I'm not going to go out and just teach people one on one spirituality. No. They, they have to want to learn. And it doesn't matter whatever it is. I can't go teach someone plumbing if they don't want to learn it. But you're exactly right, Nikolai. Nice to see you here. You think the chat is on slow mode? No, if you're talking about me, I've just been really hammering topics, hammering them in. Yeah, well, narcissistic abuse is hell. Well, the lesson was for you to get away from it, to show you have the road to get. That's God saying, "Hey, I have a better life for you to live." It's also teaching you what it's like that you've experienced it. You so it doesn't happen again. And so you're sick of the shit and you don't deal with it anymore. Yeah. Well, we're about to be leaving. We're at an hour and 11 minutes. I get what you were saying, Lego. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. If you can stomach pure orange juice, Vi- Van Gogh's your favorite artist of all time. Yeah, sorry. I, well, it's just a lot of people are saying stuff now, I guess, and it's about to end anyway. But like the beginning, there wasn't much being said, so I kind of I'm just running off that steam, and I'm really hammering in these topics. Insulted, yeah, morons insulted his work. Any the greatest artist, unless they're like Justin Bieber and Lil Wayne that get like a free ticket to success, they they don't really have to deal with adversity. Very Most people have to deal with so much bullshit. He couldn't even sell his paintings to eat food. Yeah, He went insane and cut off his ear. Yeah. He's probably sick of hearing the bullshit. Oh, he only became famous after he died. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I grew up in with narcissists too, and I'm pretty sure at least 50% of the world. And these people are just stuck in their mind. We must forgive them, and the joy is we get to move on. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of people I had to deal with. Justin had to deal with Diddy. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You just don't know about the narcissism, especially when you're so young. And then people take it throughout their whole life. I was beaten physically, the only one out of my brothers. Not every day, but yeah, I was psychologically or mentally abused too. Well, thanks everyone for joining. I gotta get something to eat. I gotta go to the store and get some shit. I'm so glad I got to be here with everybody. I gotta do this meditation, and then I'm gonna get some exercise in. So, a lot of shit that needs to be done. I'm so happy you guys got to be here. We'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Every step counts. If we can't walk for a whole hour, let's start with 5 minutes. Then see if we can push that to 10 while we're out there. Small steps. Accumulate to getting to the top of the summit, top of the mountain. It's not just one big leap to get to the top. I hope everyone finds God. Thank you all. I appreciate you, Nikolai. 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Time, we will be here for sure. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks, everyone. Lego. Thank you for being here, critic. Things are becoming the better, not just for you, but for everybody. Ha 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 ha. The whale is in. Yeah, I love that so much. Thanks, everyone. God bless you. May the fortunes come to you. Lego wants to sleep.